This episode of the Bear and the Beard podcast is brought to you by, well, you.
That's right, Fandomites. We have launched a Patreon for the show, and we're asking you to be a part of it.
We are going to take out only what is necessary to keep the show going and to keep attending live events every month.
And the amount of funds still in the Patreon after that will be donated to our friends over the Children's of Mississippi.
That's right. In return for your generosity, the different tiers will receive different things: spring store discounts, exclusive bonus content, freebies at live events, and more.
So it's a win-win-win.
Shut up and take my money.
You help us keep the cost of the show down, get cool perks, and donate to a great cause.
Sounds simple enough. Join the Patreon today and stay awesome,
stay bearded, and much love.
It is December 2022. It's holiday season once again, and no matter what you celebrate, the three of us celebrate Christmas, but we want to wish you a happy holidays, and we have decided to sit down and do a Christmas episode for you guys that is some of our favorite Christmas things.
These are a few of our favorite things.
Man, I never can tell if that's a Broadway song or a Christmas song.
Right.
Anyway,
A little bit of both.
whether it's your favorite television series, limited series, movie, game, book, I suppose. There's a few books, short stories, poems. We all have something we love.
Or even a fond childhood memory. That's what we're here to talk about today. So, hope you have a happy holiday, and this is our last episode of the year, so let's get on to it. Please stand by.
Hey, listen!
What's this?
The Bear and the Beard podcast.
Who?
Just two nerdy guys talking nerdy things with their friends and fellow fandomites.
To be fair.
They may disagree or argue sometimes, but spreading positivity and love throughout the fandoms is the goal.
All right.
It's topical.
And the categories are...
It's funny. But it's always nerdtastic.
I beg your pardon.
Let's check it out.
Oh, yeah!
Here we go.
What's going on, Fandomites? Welcome to, for the first time, or back to the Bear and the Beard podcast. I am the Bear. I'm joined, as always, by my majestic bearded, faithful co-host, Bearded Brian guy, the Beard Brosius Mayo, my guy.
Mayo Brosius, my dude. Happy holidays. I'm excited to talk about some of our favorite things.
Exactly. And in order to do that, we also have our now official third co-host of the show, Jay, the Nerdsquatch, the social media sorcerer supreme. What's going on, man?
Merry Christmas, guys. I am so happy to be doing this again, and in 2 days, I will be home in Jackson.
Yep. Can't wait to see you. It's 2 days
I'm
after.
sorry. I wish you could be here.
Hey, no, I am happy you guys
My
are going to have a happy
God.
holiday together. Absolutely.
I know.
The funniest thing is that I've been to Nebraska to celebrate Christmas with Brian, and now Jay is coming to Jackson to spend Christmas with me. So that's very
That's
fun.
beautiful.
And that was 2 days ago from the release of this episode. Also hoping we had I'm not hoping. I know we did. Knowing that we had a blast at Dogmo Tavern's Ugly Christmas Sweater Party. That was, I'm sure it was a blast. Christmas trivia, karaoke. Look, the freezing temperatures aren't going to keep me from having a good time. I'm a bear. There's a reason they call me that. So, you know.
You got that thick winter skin. Winter coat.
Exactly. My belly juggles like a bowl full of jelly, just like Santa Claus. So
It's like 5 below in Nebraska right now, and I got my window open. So that tells you anything about big guys.
There you go. I mean, I remember when I did come up to Nebraska, we were walking around in shorts. Like we were.
Oh yeah, there was snow on the ground. We were walking in shorts and t-shirts. It just is what it is.
But we do hope, Fandomites, that you have or are having a great holiday. whatever holiday is that you celebrate. We celebrate Christmas. So, as we said in the intro, we decided to just kind of talk about some of our favorite things. We have some videos and some audio clips of some of our friends of the cast that also we are going to play for you. We asked them to kind of share a little bit of stuff with us. And let's start it off with favorite movie that is Christmas themed.
That's easy. A Christmas Story. And it's not just the movie itself. It's the fact that on Christmas, my dad, my brother, my little siblings, my mom, me, we would all just watch A Christmas Story. My dad would say every line in it. We'd all have to say fragile when we get to the big box.
Fragile.
It's just... The movie itself is amazing, but the memories attached to it make it even more special.
And there's a sequel to that now,
Yes.
right? It's a
Yes.
sequel? Yeah.
I have been holding off watching it because we're supposed to. My family's supposed to watch it together on Christmas Eve.
That's gonna be awesome.
Love it.
That's great.
Love it. That's
I remember 1 year for Halloween, my stepmother, she's such a huge fan of that movie that
was she the lamp?
She went as the lamp. She went
That
as
is
the lamp
amazing.
for Halloween because she is such a huge fan of A Christmas Story. As a matter of fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Frenchie mentioned that in our Christmas episode while we were in Nebraska. I want to say he mentioned that.
That sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah. I think
it's
he
right
brought that
there.
up. So yeah,
I've listened to that, so I mean, I need to go back. Can we go back and listen to it?
to our first episode, our first Christmas.
No, what did I listen to? Did I listen to last year's?
Might have been last year's.
It was probably last year's. Okay, you're talking about when you were up there.
Yeah,
In Nebraska.
Okay,
It was recorded as a Christmas special when we were in Nebraska. It was really fun. And
So,
yeah, but I think you brought that up while we were there.
a little thing about the lamp, though, that's pretty funny. I clean carpets, for those of you that don't know. And we were cleaning in a town called York, which means nothing to anyone listening to this. We were cleaning a guy's apartment, and I go outside and put some stuff in the van, and I look through the window of the house across the street, and they have a leg lamp in their window.
It's just sitting
It was
there in the
not
window.
on. I did
love
catch
it when
video of
people-
it. I gotta send that to you guys. Actually, put it
Yes,
right here.
please.
Put
Yeah.
it right here.
We'll put it right here.
'Cause I think it's great that people actually have it, because there are things from movies that I see that I'm like, I wish I could actually own
Right.
that. So
I want to
that's
get
one
my
of those
dad a
things.
leg lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They go for like a couple $100 on Amazon, though. For real.
Yeah. And well, that's like me. Like when that movie first came out, like when I first watched it, I wanted the Red Ryder BB gun.
I see
but
them on
Compass in
Walmart
the stock and
shelves every
distinguished
day.
this time.
I already had like pellet rifles and stuff. I didn't need that Red Ryder gun, and that one was old by then. So that movie reminds me a lot of like the Goldbergs, like the show The Goldbergs. Like when they did their Christmas special, I was just like, "This is just a Christmas story." Like, what are you talking about? But it's real fun. Like the Santa kicking him down the slide. That's a great Christmas
Yep.
movie. Really.
That scene actually kind of made me scared as a kid. I was like, Santa's not a dick like that, right?
Yeah, right. And I
Don't
was
See
the
Violent
one.
Night.
Don't see Violent Night.
No, I want to see that. David Harbour deserves my attention.
Violent Night is incredible.
Jay, what is your favorite Christmas film?
I mean, if it wasn't obvious, Muppets Christmas Carol. Absolutely 100% forever
Michael
and
Caine. He plays a great Scrooge. He plays a better
He
Alfred.
does. The minute he turns around, I saw a post yesterday. It said he turns around and you just see it in his eyes. He's gonna enjoy every damn second of this, and it's so good. I love it. It's the best adaptation. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you. Like we watched the Jim Carrey one
Which
the
is
other day.
also great.
Yeah, it's
Bill Murray
good.
for me.
And Scrooged is good. Matter of
Oh,
fact,
I love Scrooge.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Didn't one of our team members have something to say about that?
Yes, he did. So, as we mentioned earlier in the episode, some of our team members and friends of the cast have submitted some videos about some of their favorite things, and this is a nice segue into Tyler the Bard's favorite thing.
My favorite thing to do, I made it my own tradition when I segregated from the rest of my family years ago, is to watch Scrooged every year because I love Bill Murray, and Bill Murray and Christmas go together. So, and that's only aged better as time has gone on. But yeah, I would have to say Scrooged, the movie, is my favorite part of my Christmas tradition.
Yeah,
That is beautiful.
Bill Murray does go with Christmas.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
I have not watched Scrooge this year, but that needs to go on my list before this month's up.
I think Scrooged is a great segue real quick into one of my picks for this year, actually. Like, something that came out this year is Spirited with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. It's funny, it's sad, it's sweet, it's just really, really good. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, and we've watched it like 4 times. We're obsessed.
I need to watch that tonight. I started watching the first little bit. I got up to I hadn't even gotten to seeing Ryan Reynolds yet. I just got where they were trying to encourage Will Ferrell to retire, and I was like, okay, I need to watch this.
That's me.
I don't have Apple TV, so where I watched it was actually on VR in a World in VR chat called LS Media, where they have thousands of movies, and it's on there. So I need to go on some VR tonight and watch the rest of it.
Yes, you do. There is a musical adaptation of A Christmas Carol already, and it is called Scrooge, and it's great. I love it. This takes the entire story and flips it on its head, and Ryan Reynolds does kind of what Bill Murray did to the story in a way that he just brings something completely different to it. It's really great. The two of them are really great. Will Ferrell is the king of Christmas.
I remember. Well, of course he's Elf. I actually just watched Elf before we started recording. Gotta watch that every year.
Ed Asner. Yes.
Santa.
We talked about it in our last episode.
He is Santa Claus, 100%.
And he's Santa in Rudolph, is he not?
I don't remember if we ever came up with that or not.
Or maybe it's Frosty. He's Santa in another or older animated.
He played Santa twice. I just don't remember.
Yes.
I remember we were going through his IMDb, but his IMDb was so long, it just kept scrolling, and I never got even close to the
I think I tried after too. Yeah, it's huge.
If not, he should have. We'll leave it at that. If he didn't, he should have.
Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds actually teased the movie Spirited a tiny bit a few years ago on a TikTok, where they actually sang a TikTok trend song.
Oh yeah, I could be brown, I could be blue,
I could be violet sky. And I just hearing those two sing together, I was like, okay, I need to see this.
Yeah,
agreed. The fact that Will Ferrell carries a pretty great ballad, I was like, wow, okay.
Compared to when he tried singing an Elf, and it was just, I'm in a store and I'm singing.
The best way to spread Christmas cheer is to sing loudly for all to hear. My favorite Christmas movie it's actually a tie, because there's one that is actually a Christmas movie, and then there's one that a lot of people say isn't a Christmas movie. So, but my favorite Christmas movie that is a Christmas movie is Bing Crosby's White Christmas. It is probably my absolute favorite. It was a family tradition of ours once I got married to Mama Bear so many years ago, even before that we would sit down and watch White Christmas probably several times before Christmas. We definitely watched it on Christmas Day while we were opening presents, because it was also my father-in-law, who has passed, Johnny Browder, his favorite Christmas movie. It had the military aspect, it had the showmanship aspect, it had just all of it together. It was his favorite film. I fell in love with it because of that. Because before that, my favorite Christmas movie was It's a Wonderful Life. But I don't think I've watched that movie in several years, but I've watched White Christmas. We actually, they put it back into a theater near here one year, and we went and saw it in theaters, like around Christmas time. It was amazing. My other favorite Christmas movie, the one that a lot of people say isn't a Christmas movie, is Die Hard. It's Die Hard. It's Alan Rickman. It's Bruce Willis. The spirit of Christmas is.
I had hoped you were going to say Nightmare Before Christmas.
No,
but you didn't.
No.
And I'm very disappointed.
No, Nightmare Before
I knew
Christmas
where he was
is
going.
my favorite Halloween movie.
Okay, no. So I
okay.
Driven by Christmas
all the time.
In between, it's my favorite in between movie because I like to watch it for both.
There are three kinds of people when it comes to Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
there are people who think it's a Halloween movie. There are people who think it's a Christmas movie, and then there's people who are right. It is both a Christmas and Halloween movie, 100%. It's not more one way, it's not more the other way.
No.
It is 100% both. You can watch it all year long, too,
Yeah.
though. It's just a great movie.
It's a great Tim Burton film.
But you can't tell me that the entire plot is not
it's driven
Christmas.
100% by Christmas.
Yes.
But
he wants that wonder, that joy. He's missing something.
The Halloween aspect of it is throughout as well. So that's why I try to watch it kind of in between. It's
a Thanksgiving movie.
It's one of my sister's favorite movies. As a matter of fact, Halloween is her favorite holiday, and that's when she got married, it was on Halloween. And there was a lot of Jack Skellington and Sally stuff floating around. It was amazing. It's also someone else's favorite, I believe, Katie Cat. Yep. Katie Cat, our public liaison, the Yankee division. You can go catch her over at Twitch. We'll put her live and over on Geek Moms. She said Nightmare Before Christmas is her favorite Christmas movie. So, all right, we got movies out of the way. Does anyone want to talk about maybe like a favorite gift that they've ever received that they can remember, or a favorite just Christmas memory? Ooh.
See, those are two different questions in my mind. I had to think about the second one, but the favorite Christmas gift as a kid, because as an adult, that's a whole different story. But as a kid, my favorite Christmas gift was just a simple Ben 10 Omnitrix.
Nice.
Because I had been asking for one for over a year, just randomly whenever we were at Walmart. And I finally got one on Christmas, and it just blew my mind.
That's awesome. I got into Ben 10, but never enough to have any of the toys, I don't think. It was a little far. Like, well, I mean, the people that have listened to this show or seen this show know that there's an age gap between me and Brian. So I was still a fan of Ben 10, but I was out of the toy phase by the time Ben 10 was a thing. So I didn't have any of the toys or anything. I had all the Transformers. I had all the Power Rangers. Like, I had all of that. But Ben 10 was an amazing show, and Omnitrix, dude, did it light up and everything?
It was kind of like it had. You remember playing on Game Boy, that kind of the old Game Boys before Game Boy Color, where there was like the lines kind of like Etch-a-Sketch. It was like that. When you turned it, you could see the shape of the aliens.
Yeah.
And then when you pressed it down, there
like
was
a little sprite.
Dude, that's cool.
Like it was like a little sprite of the alien. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
I'm gonna try to find you one of those for a Christmas. Like,
they made them. I thought it was huge when I was a kid, but I had a little tiny arm. Guarantee you, I would wear it on 3 fingers. How small they made those.
I will
Everything's
find
bigger when you're a
one
kid.
for adults. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I buy collectibles way too much as it is. We have the Infinity Gauntlets. We have. No, I'll find
I'm jealous of your collection 100%.
My collection is only being added to now because we bring happiness to the cons we go to with them. That's the only reason I continue to add to it now. I've got all I want. I have my shield. That's it. Like, but everything
Me too,
else.
I'm at that point.
I really like your Tony Stark thing.
Oh yeah,
Tony Stark.
the proof that Tony Stark has a heart.
I manipulated him into buying that.
I bought that one for me. I bought that one for me.
Katie was jealous of that one too.
Yep. I might just have to give it to Katie as a Christmas present one year. Just
Oh,
here.
I'm kidding. It wasn't manipulation. He wanted it. I promise.
Yeah, I bought that one for me.
I'm really jealous of both of you right now because you guys both have what I've never had, a ugly Christmas sweater.
Oh yeah,
and you
This is
both
a
have
onesie.
wonderful looking. Oh, that's a onesie. It looks like a Christmas sweater.
it's a
It
pickle
does,
Rick
and it's got Rick and
onesie.
Morty on it.
Why did I not notice that was Pickle Rick?
It's
I was
pickle
so
Rick.
It's Pickle Rick. I want an artist one.
Wubba
I
lubba
want a
dub
Hulk
dub.
one. I want all kinds of different Christmas sweaters, but I never get myself one. And next year, listeners and viewers, when you come to view our next Christmas episode, I will be wearing a Christmas sweater. Mark my word.
I want to make a Bear and Beard Christmas sweater.
Yes.
Like put a
We
bunch
should
of
have a
little nerdy
company
stuff all over it.
contest next year.
Yeah, someone design our Christmas sweater. That'd be cool.
That'd be amazing.
You have until September to submit your designs.
But that reminds me of what Mama Bear had to say about her favorite thing about Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Mama Bear from the Bear and the Beard podcast. My favorite thing about the holiday season is ugly Christmas sweaters. Sweaters that are so ugly, they're adorable.
Bear, don't you have that same Christmas sweater?
I do. We have matching Christmas sweaters.
I love that.
Yeah.
Y'all are adorable.
We got those I think 2 years ago. I wore mine to the ugly Christmas sweater party at Dogmud last year. I got this just to be a little different this year, and because it has a bobble. I like the fact that it has a bobble. So, but yeah, Christmas sweaters are a very important part of Christmas to me now. They didn't used to be. I'm not one for like getting together and taking a huge matching family photo or anything. I'll take a photo at Christmas, but I think it's just really cool, like especially to match with Mama Bear. That was really fun.
I love those photos.
Yeah.
So, Jay, what's your favorite Christmas memory or gift or along that
Okay,
line?
so I don't want to sound pretentious, but like I can't think of a gift because I don't really focus my attention there. You know what I mean? I focus my attention more on the memory aspect of it. And the best part, and you know, a lot of people will argue that having a birthday close to Christmas is horrible. I don't, but my mom, her birthday is December 19th. And something that, you know, she always
My
jokes
wedding
about.
anniversary.
Yeah, your wedding anniversary. Oh, and my director's birthday. It's weird.
Yep.
It's weird. Everything's so connected. But anyway, so she's always like, everybody's like, this is your birthday and your Christmas present. But something that I think is great is that you get to make more, almost double the memory because you're celebrating two things.
That's true.
And most years at Christmas time, we the past 2 years, we've gone to Disney World. And last year we went closer to Mom's birthday so that we could celebrate that.
Oh, that's
And-
amazing.
Yeah, and she was, whether it was her back or her leg started hurting the morning of our Epcot day, which if you've ever been to Disney World, Epcot is massive.
The biggest part of the park.
And so I pushed her around Epcot in a wheelchair. And so we got pretty much treated royally all day, which was really great. And at night for our dinner reservation, we got just the best seats at this Mexican restaurant. And we could see the fireworks show from where we were seated. And when it started, the lights went down and it would play through the speakers. So it
That's
wasn't like the sound. So it wasn't like the sound was muffled. You could hear everything that you were seeing. And it was just purely magic to me. and I will never forget how special and important that is to me.
That's
That's
amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
That's great. We need to do a team trip to Disney World. Like that's
Yes, I
we
agree.
need to put that on
That'd be
a
magical.
to-do list
Yep.
for sure.
Maybe if we go to a convention in Orlando, we could just go
Ooh.
a day. You know, we stay an extra day and go to a park.
Speaking of conventions, just real quick, for anyone interested in what conventions we're going to be going to in 2023, we will be
None of
announcing those. Yeah, we'll be announcing those when we do our live stream New Year's Eve. So we'll be announcing those there, and then that video will be up as an episode too, for New Year's Day.
So
come and
you don't
stream
think
with
maybe as a Christmas present we couldn't tell them the first one because it's 5 days after?
I mean,
not really.
I think you pretty much said it, though, right?
Okay, Jay, I'm gonna let you have this one because you
really
definitely made this happen. But we, in our last episode, I believe it was, we mentioned something about a specific con, and we feel like we kind of spoke it into existence, and just manifested it into
We
reality.
do it a lot.
So, Jay, I'm gonna let you take it away and explain what we're talking about.
Okay, so coming up in 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
2 weeks from release date.
Friday.
Yeah.
2 weeks from Friday, yeah.
So less than 2 weeks from release. Yeah.
Yes. Is a convention in New Orleans, which is my favorite place ever. And it's formerly known as Wizard World. It was a pretty big convention, and I went religiously every year. And but they went bankrupt during COVID.
Yep.
And they were bought by Fan Expo, which is a lovely convention group that has shows like in Portland, Oregon, which was also formerly a Wizard show. But they have them all across the country now, especially after absorbing Wizard World. And so I just reached out and applied for a fan table because, you know, that's what I thought would be the easiest. You know, you get a fan table, you get passes. I live an hour away from New Orleans. We would drive over every day. It'd be easy. And so they reach back out and, you know, they say, well, we were going to have a space of like 10 creators that's going to rotate out of one table on a stage. Do you want to be in this special creator space? We have a 10 by 10 space for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to send this to Rob and I sent it to you.
Yeah.
And we decided that, we're going
to the group
try for it. And,
yep.
We think it's pretty much a done deal that it's going to happen. So you can pretty much expect us to be there.
I mean, at this point, we're going, even if we got to rotate out with everybody else, but we've been told we have a permanent booth.
Yeah, we have a space, and then we rotate that one, which is where I think there's a possibility of us interviewing people.
If it happens, it's great. If not, we're going to interview some of the other creators.
I want to interview cosplayers.
Yeah, and cosplayers and all that. It's going to be great. But yeah, Fan Expo 2023, January 6th.
7th, 8th.
Was it 6th, 7th, and 8th, or 7th, 8th, and 9th? No, it was 6th, 7th, and 8th. You're right.
6th, 7th, and 8th?
My bad. You can catch me and Nerdsquatch and Mama Kim and Mama Bear there. So come and see us, along with chances to meet Juan Carlo Esposito, Henry Winkler, and a bunch of other famous celebrities.
Yes.
I'm a little bummed that Christina Ricci had to back out, but I'm also excited to meet Eddie from Stranger Things.
Yes.
So
I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
Treasure that moment. Eddie
I'm excited.
Munson is a gem.
I've heard
he's excited about cosplaying.
And cosplaying too. Yeah, we're going to be doing our Beast. And who are you going to do for
I
Is that
found
undecided?
tights that I'm hoping are gonna be here in time, because I tried on my second day costume today, and when I put my green She-Hulk tights on, they ripped in a visible area, and I was so distraught. So I had to buy another pair. But anyway, I'm hoping to do She-Hulk when you do Beast.
Okay.
And then
we're, second day, we're going to do DC Day, where I'm going to be Jim Gordon, and you are going to be Harvey Dent.
Yes, I am. I'm going to be Two-Face.
Two-Face. So,
yes.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast.
Very excited.
I can't wait.
You need to walk up to Esposito. I never say his first name right. As Two-Face.
Yeah.
And say, this is the character you need to do.
This guy.
But technically, he already did Two-Face. I'm just saying.
I should walk up to him as Beast and be like, glad to have you on board as Xavier.
Look, he's been telling people.
Or just that I would love
saying things.
Yeah. I'll just tell him, be like, I, for one, would love to see you as Charles Xavier. When we did our fan casting, you were cast as Charles Xavier.
Yes.
Multiple times. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Had trouble whether to cast him as Magneto but yeah.
But
go and check out that episode too. That was a lot of fun too.
Yes. I'm so excited.
I love that we're just able to call back to some of our earlier episodes from the year. It's amazing.
Go back in the backlog.
We still on gifts. I just wanted to mention.
I think you haven't gone on gifts.
One of my favorite gifts and memories, because this was a continual memory, is that back when I was younger, up until my teenage years, I had every every Power Rangers Megazord up until Lost Galaxy, I think.
You about had me running into my office to grab all my Transformers.
Right. We are going to do a Transformers episode at some point. I don't know if it's going to be a mini-sode or what, but we're going to do one in preparation for Rise of the Beasts.
Rise of the Beasts, yes.
But, so I had every Megazord. I had the Alien, Ninja Zord, all that. And the reason that those are the gifts. Anytime I got that for Christmas is amazing. And it's amazing because I was a super Power Rangers nerd, but it was also amazing because it was what my grandmother would get me. My grandmother would make sure that, like, Christmas time, whatever's out, that's what I'm getting. And she never I was like, oh, here's 5 presents. It was the Megazord was one gift. It was amazing. And that's why it's also an important memory, because since I've lost her years ago, I now look at my last remaining one that I have, the original Mighty Morphin, up on the shelf, and I can not only remember Jason David Frank and any of the other actors that we've lost that were in Power Rangers, but
so many from that first show.
Yeah,
already.
But I can also remember that my grandmother is the reason why I still have a Megazord. So it's kind of a downer, but it's awesome to kind of also know that continues, and
absolutely.
Like, she's the reason I'm a collector of things. Like, after she passed away, I went into the storage room and found that she had held on to my Optimus Prime trailer from the original G1 Optimus, which I still had. I still had the Optimus. He's in there on my shelf. But I didn't have the trailer until I went after she had passed to go and clean out some of her stuff, and I found the trailer. She had held on to it for all those years. She was just like, Curtis is going to need this at some point. And it's amazing.
One thing I love about Christmas is that gifts, memories can be gifts and gifts can be memories.
Yep.
It's a little bit of a both. And sometimes when just special things happen around Christmas, it might not even be on Christmas. It could just be around the time. It still becomes a Christmas memory.
Yep.
And one of the people I met through you, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
Had something similar to that. He thought it wasn't very Christmassy, but it's 100%
100%.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Not really a Christmas thing, but I had the privilege of hanging out with my nephew with some one-on-one time the other day, and I took him to Vans just to see his overall reaction, and he's like, can you buy me some Pokemon cards? And I was like, you know what, I'll do one better. I'll buy us both some Pokemon cards, and ended up playing the game and actually having a blast with him. So I guess I am a 35-year-old man that plays Pokemon now. So yeah, that's a Christmas thing. But at least his enjoyment was actually worthwhile.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Fans
I'm a
cards are craft-
23-year-old
make
man
Christmas
with
memories.
Donald Duck all over
Yeah,
my
look,
Come on, bro.
Christmas is the time that us, especially us nerds, get to be big old kids. Like that's
Absolutely.
Yes.
that's the thing.
I love
like,
it.
It's everyone has this like childlike spirit of Christmas if they
Yes.
celebrate it, whether you're a nerd or not. I'm not being judgmental of people that aren't nerds, but I'm guessing that if you're listening to this show, you probably are. So
Nerds.
I think Christmas is a beautiful time for everyone, whether nerd or not, to let out that inner child.
Yeah.
And it was actually one of my favorite scenes from not the first Tim Allen Christmas Santa Claus movie, the second one, where he's looking for a wife. And they go to the school PTA, the teacher office.
it was
party.
the teacher Christmas party thing. Yeah.
And everyone's miserable. No one wants to be there. They're there because they have to be. And then he brings out gifts that mean something to them from when they're a child. Rock'em Sock'em robots, old board games. And this party turns from a bunch of miserable people being silent, drinking coffee, to everyone like looking like it's Christmas Day. They're laying on their bellies playing Rock'em Sock'ems and just having all kinds of
Right.
fun. Letting out the inner child, letting that Christmas magic come out. Do not be afraid to let that inner child out.
We weren't afraid to let our inner child out in Stromsburg when I came up, and we have a little. We built this.
Well,
I built this snowman.
I did. You and your brothers did. I did
built
not
this-
contribute.
I built this snowman, and I was like, but I want to make him an adult snowman, like not just your basic. Oh, here's his eyes. Here's his, whatever. So we gave him stick arms, and then I gave him abs, and then we gave him a goatee beard. Like it was hilarious, and then we did this little kind of skit thing.
Well,
I guess
It was your fault because you brought him to life.
yeah.
And then he turned out to just be a total snow bro.
Yeah,
And this
total
is
snow
what
bro.
happened.
We are in Stromsburg Square with the bear, all his family, looking at all the Christmas lights here in Stromsburg. They do this every year. All the businesses kind of chip together and decorate a tree, and it's really awesome. It's really beautiful.
Hey, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Have you seen my hat?
Dude, I think that fucking bear stole it.
What the hell?
This motherfucker. Look at that.
He jacked my hat. This snowball motherfucker.
Yeah, fucking steal my hat, bro.
Oh, that was so much fun. We had so many laughs that year.
I
That
learned
was
two
amazing.
things from that experience. Two things. Snow is hard. You should never try to kick it when it's compacted. And the second thing I learned was we needed to be child friendly after that.
Well, I love how you went to kick it, and it's like you loosened the jar. You kicked it, nothing happened, and I barely kicked it, and it split in half.
Yeah.
I thought that was amazing.
I also learned just now watching back through it, me and you would probably not be very good in a fight against an inanimate object. Like at all.
I went over him. I never even touched him until I went back and kicked him. I flew over him.
It's awesome. That's
So-
so fun.
But
I wish
I
it
was
would
talking
snow
about
here.
the Tim Allen Christmas movies, and that actually reminded me. Two of the Knights of the Nerds table have.
Yes.
This is technically a crossover episode per se.
Technically it is.
Because they had some input about some of the stuff they loved, and EJ had something to say about Santa Claus.
What's going on, Knights, Nerds, Geeks, all you guys out there? How you doing? First of all, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and have a great New Year. You guys have been awesome. Can't wait to spend more time with all of you in the chat in the coming year and the coming years to come, hopefully. I guess what I would say is my favorite Christmas thing. I have quite a few favorite Christmas things, but I love Christmas music, man. Like, I know people are sick and tired of hearing Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Love that song. Think it's a banger. Wham! Last Christmas. Absolute slap. What else is out there? Oh, I like this niche song by a band called Capital Lights called His Favorite Christmas Story. That one's awesome. The Little Saint Nick, great song. Yeah, I mean, you could just go through them. There's a lot of Christmas classics. Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. Lovely song, by the way. Those are my Christmas cards up there. Love them. Definitely in the spirit of this video. And yeah, as far as Christmas movies go, big sucker for Tim Allen. Anything with Tim Allen in it, with the Santa Claus stuff. He recently came out with the new Santa Claus Disney Plus thing going on, the series. That was pretty fun. Honestly, you cannot have a Christmas without Tim Allen, in my opinion. Again, I grew up probably on Home Improvement and Toy Story, so love me some Tim Allen anytime. But yeah, guys, thank you for asking for this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful stream. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and have a great New Year. Night out.
Thank you, EJ.
I loved those Tim Allen Christmas movies when I was a kid, but I actually want to talk with him about the show. I want to know his thoughts, because until the last episode, I really wasn't feeling the show. It kind of was lacking that magic, and I actually I made a video when I was watching the last episode. I was in tears, and I said something along the lines of, a show that I was judging so harshly and not enjoying has no right to make me cry like this at the end of the story.
I remember you saying that too.
It was actually a very beautiful ending. But the rest of the show, I feel like whoever was doing the writing for the show is not the same person who did the writing for the movies. I felt the same way, and I'm sure. The movies just had magic from start to finish, that wonder. Like, I just loved them so much.
One thing I love, and again, thank you, EJ, for sending it in. One thing I love is every song he mentioned, except that new one that he said it's a new song. I was like, as soon as he said it, I'm like, oh yeah, I got that rhythm in my head. Like
Last Christmas,
or Wham, Wham. You know, Ryan Reynolds, huge fan of Wham. But yeah, no, music's another very important part of Christmas. What are some of y'all's favorite Christmas songs, since EJ brought it up? Like, I wasn't even going to talk about it. Mine is probably Paul McCartney's It's a Wonderful Christmas Time. Like, simply having a wonderful Christmas time. I don't know why. I mean, it's not really classic, because he came out with that
love it
about a decade ago. And the classics are good too. It's just that I think it has that kind of pep kind of. I'm gonna unplug my Alexa before we record anymore.
Anyway. Yeah. Christmas songs are obviously a huge part of Christmas, and I'm glad EJ brought that up, because I actually have two answers for this. Because there's the child part of me, what I remember as a kid was my favorite one to sing, and then there's what's actually my favorite now, because I just think it's a beautiful song. So as a kid, my favorite was Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. I just thought it was so silly, so wacky. I had so much fun. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. It's just
that's so cool.
But in my adult life, a song that I just think is absolutely beautiful is Mary Did You Know? That song, with certain artists, when certain artists have sang it, especially Pentatonics, it's actually brought me to tears.
Yeah. Funny story about that. I was sitting at work the other day trying to come up with a different way to sing that song, and the only way I could come up with was if the Beastie Boys did it, because then it would be like, Mary, did you know that your baby boy? That was the only way I could come up with it, just off the top of my head. I'm sure I could come up with, because there's country versions, there's, I would love to see another version of that song. It is very beautiful.
A rock one would be very interesting.
Yeah. Mary, did you know that your baby boy?
Or like a scream
Nirvana.
Mary,
I could have heard a Nirvana version of that
baby boy.
Oh yeah, Nirvana. Yeah.
So, I am a goofy answer. Want to say you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch, because
you're
it's
a mean
classic.
One. Mr. Grinch.
But truthfully, I'm a big lover of Hard Candy Christmas by Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I know that.
But I'm kind of warming up to I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas Time is Here from the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
I really hope I was able to find a karaoke version of that at Dogmud 2 days ago, because that is my dream. I want to sing that.
I would so do it.
I want to thank you for mentioning that, because for some reason I forgot about that song, and I want to add that to my Christmas shower list.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
He's compelled his creepy elves to do his every wish. Oh yeah. James Gunn.
Ray.
The whole time, like, no, that's not right.
That's kind of cool.
I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here.
Karens are so weird.
I wonder if that's an actual band that they put together.
They are.
They are an actual band.
The old 97s are an actual band.
The
yes.
old 97s.
Because they sound amazing. They sound like a rehearsed, like they've done this.
And Kevin Bacon sounded really good with them as well.
Yes, he did. That song sounded great.
He has a band though.
Yeah. So now that's two MCU. Which, I mean, Kevin Bacon played himself, but now he also can't be in the MCU as anyone else.
Sebastian Shaw was not the MCU, though.
No, I'm saying, so we have two. It's Kevin Bacon and Jeremy Renner, who are musicians on the side of acting. So, three. Robert Downey Jr. does jazz.
Numerous. Jeff Goldblum does, too. Multiple.
Oh, yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Multiple.
I'm blowing my own mind.
Speaking of Christmas TV shows and Christmas things that I love, and Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye is awesome.
Hawkeye's great.
I watch Hawkeye. I'm going to watch it every year. I love it.
I need to rewatch that this year.
Yes.
I was actually kind of briefly going through our Hawkeye episode the other day, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I listened to it not too long ago as well.
It's a good episode. I very much enjoyed that whole show. Kate Bishop is an amazing addition to MCU. I feel like.
Every time the name Kate Bishop is said, the name Kate Bishop, I hear what's her name? Florence Pugh, her character.
Oh yeah,
Kate
Bishop.
Yeah, I just hear that every time.
Yeah.
Why can I not remember her character's name?
I'm in love
with
with
character
Florence
name
Pugh.
and not the actress's name, but I remember the actress name and not the character's name. Weird.
What? We had Dieter had a favorite. I think it was a show.
Oh yeah,
to kind of go along with that. That he explained to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Here it is.
Hey, what's up, Talkin' Nerdy crew? This is your friend over at Knights of the Nerds table, Dieter, and I heard y'all wanted to know about what we like to do for Christmas, so I thought I would tell you a little bit about the Goes Wrong Show Christmas specials. This is a sort of new tradition for me and my family, but the Goes Wrong Show is this TV show that airs in the UK. It's a successor to the play That Goes Wrong, which was a show that started in the West End back in 2018 or something like that, maybe a little earlier, which is just this absolutely ridiculous comedy about this group of actors who try to put together a murder mystery play and fail so spectacularly that by the end of the show, they have completely destroyed the theater that they're in. And lucky for us, even if you can't go see the show, well, they made a TV show. So they've got 4 Christmas specials. The first one is Peter Pan Goes Wrong, where they do Peter Pan and completely screw it up, of course. Then they go on to do The Christmas Carol, which features Derek Jacobi, who you guys, I'm sure, probably know as one of the masters on Doctor Who during the Russell T Davies era. And Derek Jacobi does get completely incapacitated at one point by one of the other actors, so that's a lot of fun. And then they went on to do a just kind of traditional, whimsical Christmas play with Santa helping a little girl find the magic of Christmas. And then finally, they did the Nativity, because apparently Mischief Theatre, the people who produced this show, hadn't gotten enough complaints from the British public, so they decided, screw it, we'll do the original Christmas Story, and we'll just make a big old joke out of that. And if you ever get a chance, I think they used to be on Amazon. They might still be on Amazon. Check these out. They've become just the thing that I look forward to most on Christmas Eve. Is me and my family, we all sit down, we watch those 4 Christmas specials together, and just completely lose our minds with laughter. These shows go crazy. Everything from Peter Pan's shadow getting stuck in a dog door as the stage burns down around him, to the nativity play being sponsored by a local loan shark because they couldn't afford the theater space without it. It is just some of the funniest, most over-the-top slapstick farce you will ever see. So if you are looking for a fun Christmas experience, that's my favorite thing to do on Christmas. Thanks for having me stop by. You guys have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see y'all soon.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Dieter.
We love you.
My favorite thing about that whole little thing was Jay's reaction as soon as he
I had to move him over there so that the camera could see him, so our viewers. I was like, Jay is loving this. He needs to be up there.
There's a play too called The Play That Goes Wrong, and it is absolutely bonkers. And Center Stage is doing it next year.
No.
Yes.
Awesome.
So
you gotta get cast.
I will be auditioning
Cast so I can see
as
it.
soon as Lifespan of a Fact is over. I will be auditioning.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Well,
so funny.
Let me rephrase
Such
that.
a stan.
I don't think I had ever heard of that until Dieter said something, but it brought to mind something I saw on a Facebook reel the other day. And it was from Peter Pan, and tell me if this is that, if you've seen the Peter Pan one. Dieter chime in a comment or something. But it was this whole, where it's like, and Wendy's like, and you too, Captain Hook. He's like, is that what you think my name is?
I don't know. I've never
she's like,
seen it. But...
yeah, he's like, you think I call myself after the worst tragedy that ever happened to me? Losing my head. Who told you that was my name? Peter did. Oh, really?
That's awesome.
He points. He's like, do you see that man over there? Do you know what I call him? Josh, because his name is Josh. It's so
Peter can tell you.
I hope that's it.
It sounds like probably to what he was describing. Yeah. That sounds like it fits in. Why does that sound familiar, though? That whole thing you just said sounds familiar. I might have seen
I saw it as a Facebook reel. It might have been on TikTok at some point. You know, we scroll through so many things. I'm sure we've all seen it at some point. He talked about that being a favorite thing for Christmas. I guess that kind of brings us to our next topic. What's your favorite thing? Family tradition, you know, whether it be a food item that you only get to eat around Christmas, or just what's your favorite in general thing about Christmas?
Spending time with family. Other than a couple years when I was a kid, I've always been able to split my time up to spend enough Christmas with both my family, and any kid from divorce knows that's not always the case in some people's cases. So usually when I was a kid, I got to spend Christmas Eve with my mom, and then Christmas morning my dad would come get me, and I got 2 Christmases with my family instead of just spending a holiday with one and choosing the other for the next holiday. Alternating is not fun, and even in my adult life that's carried over. I'm spending Friday through Sunday with my birth mom, and then all day Monday my Stromsburg family, we're all going to get together and have a big thing. So I just love being around family.
That's great. I was gonna go up to Tupelo to see my grandfather this Christmas. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that, but that's okay because my brother from the coast and his mom are coming up to see me, so that equals out, in my opinion. It's still family. It's still gonna be fun. Jay, what's one of your favorite Christmas things?
Well, it's so easy to, I think something I have to agree, being with family is the core central part of what I think it really means to me personally. I can't attest to what it means to everybody, and that's why I think the question of the meaning of Christmas is an answerless question, because everybody has a different meaning of it. But for me, one of my favorite things that we did was, and I said this in my little video snippet, so I'm probably going to be incredibly redundant, but my great-grandmother used to take us, and my mom also continued taking us to see A Christmas Carol at New Stage in Jackson.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Every year. And, you know, it's a really great production. It's got great production value, great costumes, great sets. It's an ensemble cast, so it's not just 6 people. But it's always really good. And I think this year kind of brought that full circle when I got to do the costumes for the production at Center Stage, which I consider a very similar production value to the stuff that New Stage does. I think Center Stage's stuff is very, very similar. But I really enjoy being, and especially now that I live 2.5 hours away from the rest of my family. You know, I appreciate the opportunity to come up there. I'm hoping that the weather won't stop us from doing so. But it's just, like I said, at the core of it, it's being around the people I love and spending valuable time together. That I do think there are many memories surrounding Christmas specifically. I can list them off the top of my head. You know, my favorite place to be at Christmas time, I could say Disney World because it's awesome at Christmas, but it's not, because what I prefer is Nashville, Tennessee, which feels like home. You know what I mean? It's so warm and so country.
Yeah.
I am not the first person to say that I love everything about being in the South.
Yeah.
But that, I love to death. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
There was a saying that went around not too many years ago. I can't remember when, and I agree with it. Like as much as we can complain about living in the South sometimes, you know, because some of the people we have to deal with. I mean, the South is the butt of a lot of jokes.
But nationwide. I can't drive off my patio and go to the marsh and see that anywhere else.
Right. But it was that the country does Christmas the best.
Oh, exactly.
And it's just something about like being in the country. And that's not the South particularly. Just when you get out of the big city, when you get away from, you know, all the hustle and bustle.
Small towns.
The small towns, the country, they do Christmas the best.
Yes.
And I completely agree.
And Nashville is a huge city, but thanks to the culture of Nashville,
right,
it retains this timeless nature. Not necessarily old, not necessarily new. It's just
kind of out of time.
Opry Mills is gorgeous at Christmas time. If you've ever even been to Opry Mills, but it's gorgeous at Christmas, and that's one of my favorite things to do.
I think the closest comparison I can compare to something like that is there was a Christmas time when I lived in Omaha where we went downtown Omaha to the old market area, and all winter they have carriage rides, lights everywhere. People are just walking into all the shops, and me and my family, we would just walk. There's this huge slide that just gets packed with snow, and so you can sled down you're not supposed to, but everyone did. You always do the things you're not supposed to do because it's dangerous. Only a couple people got hurt, I think.
Only 6 people filed lawsuits. It's fine. Well,
I'm sure it's very similar.
Yeah.
Very,
other than family obviously very important. But I like spending time with family all the time. You guys are my family. Our team is my family, and my actual family. So family, very important. But one thing I like, and one of our super fans, Greg, likes, is Christmas lights. And I want to share Greg's story with you, and then I got a little video I'm going to play. So Greg, I have it on screen here for our viewers, but he said he was going to do a video, but he hasn't had time, so he'll type it out. And I'm just going to quote him from the rest on here. My family and I would go around South Jackson, where I live, and look at Christmas lights. And we always went to one subdivision called Whispering Pines throughout the 80s and 90s. We drive through and look at lights in this neighborhood. They ended up canceling the lights in the subdivision, so as an adult, me and my friends and family would find new neighborhoods and drive through and look at the lights. I continue this tradition with my wife and friends, finding new neighborhoods to drive through, and I'm still amazed how beautiful they are. This is a tradition I have always loved and will continue until I can't. So
Christmas lights are amazing.
Yep.
Especially when I feel like some cities, they just have like people hired to do it. There's no love. But like in small towns, you guys saw in the video from downtown Strasbourg, and you and Mama Bear were up here. The whole square, every local business decides, okay, this is my tree every year, and that one person will decorate that one tree. So there's all kinds of different kinds of lights all over the square. It all lights up. That's awesome. And I agree. That's a beautiful thing to just go look at the work people have done to make beautiful lights.
And I had the experience this year. We had a drive-through light show.
That's amazing.
That the Brandon Amphitheater put on. And they did it which is funny, they did it with the power company down here, which is called Energy. And WLBT, one of the local news channels. They all got together, and I'm sure there was crowdfunding and all this. They did the 12 days of Christmas. They did Christmas throughout the world. They had a huge giant Barbie and a huge monster truck and all kinds of stuff. Like they did what was the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. They told that story in lights. They had a lot of light tunnels that were really cool. And this video I'm going to share with you is why it was one of my favorite things. Hey there, Phantomites. It's the Bear from the Bear and the Beard podcast. And one of my favorite things about Christmas time is lights. All the Christmas lights. They're so amazing. And it's really cool when you can see really big displays of lights. And Energy and Brandon Amphitheater teamed up this year to do the Magic of Lights. We are actually driving through it right now. If you are in the Jackson metro area, until the 1st, they are putting this on. And it's just amazing. We haven't even gotten a quarter of the way through it yet. And it's really, really cool. Check some of those lights out. That's so cool. I'm pretty sure that is Santa sliding down a Bronchiosaurus onto the back of a raptor. That's so cool. Prehistoric Christmas, but lights, that's one thing I really feel like that sets this holiday apart is just the big spectacles of lights that you can put on with stuff like this. Not to say Halloween doesn't get its share, so let's get back to the show.
Yeah, and yes, Halloween has lights, but Halloween lights are different than Christmas lights, and not by the physical sense. I mean, you can
Halloween
use
has decorations.
Halloween lights. Yeah, well, people use lights for Halloween too, but Christmas.
Christmas is time to go big.
Feeling about Christmas that makes the Christmas lights special. Like my Christmas tree right there. There's nothing special about that tree. It's plastic. It's got little bulb lights and a tree and a star on top. But it's still beautiful because of the memories we pour into it, the spirit we pour into it. I love when we talk about Santa Claus. Like people want to talk about whether or not Santa Claus is real. And even as an adult, I will say, in a way, 110%. Yeah. Because it's about a spirit of Christmas. And as long as people keep the idea of giving and spending time with family, the wholesomeness around Christmas, that will always keep that spirit alive.
The spirit of Santa Claus is alive and well in the year 2022. Don't get it twisted. You better leave those cookies out. They better be good. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. Like Christmas lights, it's just something about them. You know, they're even mentioned in a lot of the songs. Like a lot of we talked about music earlier. There's what is it? Silver bells. I think mentions the lights. Everything's a glow. Everything's a glow is one of the lines from one of, I think it's Silver Bells, but I could be wrong. Maybe I got re-educated at karaoke night for Christmas. But yeah, no, it's Christmas lights. It's just so cool to see them put on. And it's really cool.
Jay had something to share in video. His is the only one I have not seen, so I have no idea what to expect here.
Oh yeah,
let's get on to that one.
Hi there, Phantomites. It is your social media sorcerer, Nerdsquatch here, and I am just stopping by to talk about my favorite Christmas memories, Christmas traditions, favorite Christmas movies, and my favorite Christmas tradition was always going to see A Christmas Carol at New Stage in Jackson, Mississippi. It was always a lovely show, a professional show, well acted, well dressed, well performed. Everything was just great. And now I've gotten to be a part of a professional grade production of it as well. I got to do costumes, and that was a wonderful experience this year. Two of my new favorite holiday movies are actually the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which is on Disney Plus this year and is fantastic. If you're a fan of James Gunn, of the Guardians, of Chris Pratt, absolutely check it out. If you're a fan of the more underappreciated, underutilized characters, it services two of the most underutilized. So, fantastic special. And Spirited on Apple Plus with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell is such a fantastic time. So those are my favorite things this year and my favorite memories. I hope that you all have a warm, happy, safe, and blessed holiday. And we will see you guys in the new year. Thank you for being faithful Phantomites. We love you all.
Yes.
Love Guardians of the Galaxy, and
it was a great special.
Like we need to do a whole, because we want to start doing little mini-sode things, and that's what we need to actually talk about, because we've mentioned it in a couple things recently, and we've mentioned it in this episode, but that deserves its own little thing to talk about, because it was beautiful.
I would even credit it as the inspiration for this episode, because we were like, what are we going to do for our Christmas special? And we were like, well, we should talk about some of our favorite Christmas movies, because that was that whole special was the story of how like Yondu and everybody else came to learn about Christmas through Peter. So that's a memory. And then it's the, what do we give the person that means the most to us? Well, let's go. Well, and you can get this from the trailer. Let's go kidnap Kevin Bacon, and bring him back. And Jay mentioned the song. The songs are amazing. Just all the music in that whole special it's all James Gunn picked. You could tell.
Cosmo the Space Dog.
And Cosmo the Space Dog.
Yes.
But we will talk more about the Guardians Christmas special sometime soon, hopefully very soon. Yeah, definitely need to do that. But I think that's it. No Talking Nerdy segment this week. We just hope you have a good Christmas, a good holiday, whatever you're celebrating. We do have after the episode, we have some snippets that Blurtish sent us. It was all kind of too much to put in here, so stick around for that. We appreciate them chiming in with some of their favorite Christmas stuff. And
we love Blurtish.
Yeah, we love Blurtish. We love all of our friends of the cast and family, the Knights of the Nerds table, Blurtish, Umbrella Holics. They have an episode coming out that we're going to be featured on. We'll let you know when that happens on the page. Just everybody, all the cosplayers, Red Top Cosplay, Jay's cosplay name. We
Speaking of which, I was the Grinch this year. If anybody,
oh, you were. That's right.
We should have had a photo loaded in here. Put a photo right here.
I'm gonna put a photo right here.
Right here, bing.
Because it looks amazing. It just does. like we saw when we went to do the drive-through lights thing, there was a Grinch there in that same costume, but they still had the face. And I was like, Jay did that, but better. Like, I was like, but better.
I did it. So, I did it for like a character thing. Like, it was.
You were telling us
it was a breakfast. So they came and they got to have green pancakes and sausage and muffins and then they made ornaments. But that whole time that they were doing all that, I was walking around like at Disney World, character breakfast.
Oh, that's so cool.
I was talking to the kids and then when they did all their little activities, Max came and it was a real dog with a little horn on his head.
Oh.
And we sat on a little stool and we all did pictures together. Everybody got in a line and did like parody Santa photos where I just looked miserable.
Please, if you have any of those, please post those to the page when this episode drops so that people can see it. Because I want to see it. I'm for no one else but me and Brian. We want to see them.
Yeah. It was fun.
Everyone else just take advantage of the fact that we wanted to see the photos. So, that's really cool. I want to maybe we can do a Santa Grinch thing next year. Maybe we can try to make that happen. We'll get Brian a Santa suit because he's got the more majestic beard.
Y'all, if you get me something safe for my beard, I'll even go white beard. I'll put on a hat. I'll put on a jacket. I'll be Santa.
I could be Krampus. I'll do a Krampus cosplay in a heartbeat. I'll get the hoof feet and everything.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. No, but seriously, Fandomites, we hope y'all have a great holiday. We love everybody that listens to the show, watches the show. Thank you so much for being here for another awesome year. We will go into season 4 next year. Looking forward to that.
We will see y'all at Fan Expo.
And we'll see you at Fan Expo, and we'll see you at all the other cons that we're going to announce, and we'll see you on our live stream for New Year's Eve, and we'll talk about some more changes.
If you're traveling for the holidays, if you hear this and you're traveling, drive safe. I know in a lot of states there's a lot of bad storms going on right now, so be safe on the roads.
Watch out for black ice and the lost deer that didn't make the cut for Santa's sleigh. Watch out for them. They're out.
Make sure your grandmas aren't getting run over by Santa.
Right. But in the meantime, we're going to get out of here. We're going to go celebrate our Christmas Day. Thank you for listening to this episode, for watching it. And here's to many more to come. We'll see you next time. Until then, I've been the Bear.
I've been the Beard.
I've been Nerdsquatch.
And we want to remind you, as always, to stay awesome.
Stay bearded.
And much love, everybody. We'll see you next time. Until then, we are out of here. Stick around for Keith and Mark from Blurtish.
What up, y'all? Blurtish.
That's love.
And we were asked today by our friends at the Beard and the Beard podcast some of my favorite ideas, favorite things of Christmas, movies, presents, TV shows, or what have you, songs.
And since Blurtish has such immaculate taste, we're going to share those things with you today.
I think the easiest one to start with is going to be movies. I'm going to let you go first.
Well, it was cool because we did discuss the movies and we were pretty consensus. Best Man Holiday.
Best Man Holiday is definitely. I can't remember what was the sad part of it.
Oh man.
Did they lose a baby or something?
And then somebody died.
Oh yeah. I mean, somebody. It was the wife. It was the wife.
And also, I love This Christmas.
This Christmas was when Chris Brown was still a likable, sane human being. He had all this promise. And
Idris Elba was old, drunk, jazz player.
Rose Devine's been the mama in every Christmas movie recently.
Regina King was real fine. She's still real fine. Shout out to
that movie alone could be the winner because there's a scene where Regina King gets back at her oboe's cheating, right?
Yeah. Liza Alonso.
It was. He was a nice part of the boys, but he got towed up. But the way he got towed up, some people might like it.
That's classic, man.
Definitely. I need to watch it. No.
I try not to ruffle feathers, so I'll never get it like that.
Well, that's alright though, because I remember being in theater and all the women was cheering for Lazo, his muscles slow, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, no one feels sorry for mothers, man.
No, he's now more swole than ever.
Right.
He's been lifting weights, but he was great in the show.
Yeah, he was.
I think he played the uppity type. And even though this isn't Christmas, shout out to the OG of Soul Food. It's a great Thanksgiving. I guess the keyword is great, even though Big Mama did die of bad eating habits, and they went back to
diabetes.
And they went back to eating the food they caused it. But
well, I'm never saying about the food that killed her. I'm never saying about Big Mama's death. Let's eat the food that killed her.
Let's eat the food that killed her. And again, but hey, so honorable mention Soul Food, even though it is the OG of holiday movies and soundtrack alone. So we're gonna put Soul Food in the Christmas holiday part.
For the soundtrack.
For the soundtrack. It had shout out to what's his name, Prim Hollywood Cinema. My wife and I. That's one of the YouTube channels. But my wife, whenever we're like stuck in the house, I'll turn it on. Prim will kind of ruin some of your memories of these old movies from the 90s. Because be like, what were y'all doing in the 90s? Look, you young Gen Zers and you young millennials, don't you judge us old millennials and us Gen Xers. That's good stuff. Even though it totally debunks what we should like to do.
Totally debunked. Like, how did you miss that?
Like, don't we have this food? I don't care. Big Mom was great and nice. And some other things that happened in the movie that don't make any sense. But this Christmas, hopefully the camera isn't shaking too much. I'm sorry if it is.
Yeah.
This Christmas, Soul Food, Best Man Holiday.
Yeah, Best Man Holiday.
And I'm also going Elf. I did like Elf.
That was a funny movie.
That was a funny movie. And Home Alone. Yeah. So you take your pick from any of those. You'll have a great little mini marathon of movies. I don't really watch holiday, those Hallmark movies, all that stuff.
Nah, I leave it to my radio show.
I leave it to my wife. I just be like, all you baby. Watch all the Patti LaBelle and all the weird celebrity ones. I love the celebrity ones where the celebrities clearly like in their 40s, but they're acting like they're 20s. And they're like, I'm coming home and I need to find someone. Like, you're almost ready for retirement. And that ain't ageism. I'm 41, so don't look at me crazy. I just laugh at how they really, like, Hallmark, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all stupid. Anyway, any other movie choices for you?
No, we need to go
music.
Which is easy for me.
Go ahead.
My favorite holiday song is This Christmas by probably the greatest singer ever, Anne Hathaway. I mean, it's super easy with that one. There are others though. There are a lot of great other songs.
For me, This Christmas is the Christmas movie. But I'm gonna be honest, there's something that gets me in the spirit. Like, I'm not a big Christmas music guy lately, but this Christmas, anytime it comes on, bells will be ringing. I like a little rockabilly.
Well, you know what? I love Bells Will Be Ringing. My dad played the horns on Bells Will Be Ringing. You hear my dad every Christmas. You sip your eggnog listening to Peanut playing all the horns on Bells Will Be Ringing.
Bells Will Be Ringing is such a Christmas. It is a time. It was 60s, 70s.
Yeah, 60s. And then another one is the arranger of credit on the song, the band that's listed on the song. Yeah, that's my dad. He's the band.
Dope. So I'm gonna go one more. Silent Night Temptations.
I mean, that's a classic.
It's such a.
I like It's Christmas Time and Hollis Queens. My and collard greens. You gotta get Run DMC.
Gotta get Run DMC props.
I mean, you know what? Nate Dogg.
Go straight to the ghetto. It's going straight to the ghetto. By Death Row Records.
Maybe the greatest
Ignorant
Christmas song ever.
But he sung the hell out of it. And of course, it's got to give a shout out to Michael Jackson Christmas. Michael Jackson 5 Christmas album. Let's be honest with you. I've never really been the biggest fan of it. It was okay to me. I kind of low-key hated it. Those things. Now I'm a riot, but at this time the song. But I will say this though. Shout out to I'm also, even though I don't like the song, shout out to her for the song for making a song that lasts forever. God, I would love to make some IP that just makes me millions of dollars till I die.
Hey, TLC has a dream. Have a very Merry Christmas and a happy New Year. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I love you.
Other things. So there's some of these songs that I'm just throwing James Brown. Santa Claus go straight to the ghetto. Love it. I can't sing it, but you know James Brown couldn't really. He gonna sing like James Brown could, and that was more than enough for the world. My dad be like, that boy James Brown can't. My dad was older. First of all, I said he like James Brown couldn't sing. All he do is dance well it. Dad, that's all he needs to do. That's all he needs to do. Ain't nothing but one of him. So
did he put him on? Put him on.
So those are our favorite songs. And of course, if you want to just throw in Bumquisha or what's his name, Jomo Jenkins, just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. Y'all look it up. Y'all find it. Jomo Jenkins was a real person, right?
Jomo Jenkins is listed in the people you may know section of my friend list on Facebook. Mm-hmm. So yes, Jomo Jenkins is a very real person and he's local.
Throwback. That is very local ass shit.
Yeah.
But okay, favorite present. I'll go first. It's several, man. Of course, for me, probably tied in mostly with video games. The day we got Atari 2600, I was probably like 4 or 5 or something like that. Man, we played Pac-Man forever, whatever games we have, Donkey Kong, Dig Dug.
I don't remember the whole song, but I do remember. It's the 2600 from Atari.
I vaguely probably pulling some weird memory out of my brain. Between those games, what else? Probably when we got to Nintendo, so the Atari 2600, but that was very special. Getting a Nintendo when we were a little bit older. Me and my brother used to play it. Then eventually I bought myself a PlayStation. Around that time, maybe around Christmas, I might have got a hookup on it. I don't know if my brother got a special deal. Rest in peace to my brother. But
it sounds like 5% discount.
I don't know. I think I bought it. I did buy it, but I don't know if the person who else had the special. We're on the way. It wasn't from the store. It was from somebody. But during the exchange, if you know.
Exchange in Ross.
But it's nothing like always getting cologne. Back in the day, Jabos. When you get your Christmas Jabos.
So without.
Without.
I did too. I still got my Jabos.
I wouldn't say still made Jabos.
I think they do.
Really?
I think they do, yes. There was a Jabot Renaissance.
Jabot should always be popular in Louisiana, like white shrimp boots. It should be Jabot jeans should be our like state pair of jeans. I was like, Jabot just always feel good, feel great. I feel like they were extra premium soft at the time.
No, but they really did say deep into the craft.
Yes. Great job, Jabot.
They really, they a lot of them.
Because Levi's just be like,
Leave guys in
Lee's are better now, but
Levi's leave guys with UTIs.
Levi's are for the skinny dudes, the non-husky brothers.
Yeah, those who come with
couldn't do Levi's, couldn't do it. But also, I was so happy to get your balls because I had to suffer with my dad making me wear Russells a couple times when I was younger. I tell you what, nothing like wearing Russells will make you get your ass up and get a job so you can buy some more name brand stuff. Because
when you put fire, you feel ashamed of yourself.
And when they actually came in the size that said husky, you felt all the husk burning between your thighs.
Using that Queen Helene cocoa butter. Like just at a certain point, I stopped and be like, I deserve better than this. Yes. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to come here.
Amen.
But if I'm gonna be here, I'm not gonna be using Queen Helene cocoa butter.
Dickies were the working man pants. The Dickies were like 1,000% step up over Rustlers. God, not even close.
Rustlers are some rough work.
Rustlers, you had to be riding a horse to break them things in.
Man, shout out to my big brothers, Eric and Donnell. They kept me fresh, man, because they were like, you don't know what we went through. You don't know how hard the summers were. So, you know, they had my mom, had me in solo. I had Jabos. Were they slightly irregular? Definitely. Did the seams line up? Not at all.
Still feel better than new Rustlers.
I had some busted bubbles. That's some busted.
But man,
that's just what it was.
And shout out to the legendary Paco jeans for winners. You can starch the hell out of Paco jeans. I bought some of those myself for Christmas before too. Paco came in every single color: purple, gold, white, brown.
What was that company? They had used denim that was always like stonewashed the hell out of.
Used.
That was a brand name. Used. They had the Carl Canai. Y'all, I had a fly Carl Canai outfit, and I busted them Elises on them.
Baton Rouge memories. Oh, he was Baton Rouge fly.
I went to a dance.
Did you have a cowhide belt? Okay. Well, if you had a cowhide belt with your Carl Canai and your Elise, man, you might have been selling drugs, man. Hell, you might have been balling like that. Sorry for eating chops. Anyway.
I had a fat ducktail in the back too.
Oh,
so picture that fat ducktail, Carl Canai, and some Elises. I had the Korean ones. They was Hunter Green. Because that thing was me.
I don't think I would have liked you back then. You had a ducktail.
I might not have liked me. That's probably why I did.
This kid here. But
I used to like to let the girls play with the ducktail. I thought it was a lot thinner than it was. My homeboy said it looked like you had Mario's mustache on the back of your head.
My God. So those are some of my favorite presents. But what's your favorite present?
Oh man, funny story. I remember when the Superpowers action figures. There was a comic book, a line of figures that were designed by Jack Kirby, and it had all the freshest figures. When they first came out, I had to have Batman. They were hot. They were hot in the streets. I told my mother, I said, look, put him on my list for Santa. Let the big man know this is what I need. I need a Batman. I don't care about none of the others. I just need Batman. Santa came back Christmas morning. I saw a bunch of action figures. I saw like 5 of them wrapped up. I was like, oh, I got it. I bust the first one open. Aquaman. I bust the second one open. Superman.
You pulled a James Cameron? You pulled a James Gunn?
I pulled the James Gunn.
James Gunn before James Gunn.
I pulled the Flash one open. Trouble. I didn't like Flash. The last 2, I opened one up. It was the Joker. I was like, oh, sure, they might know what the last one is. Y'all, I I opened the last one. It was Robin. I was like, Mom, you had one job. And she was like, I had one job. I had to tell Santa to get you all these wonderful gifts, and you can't appreciate them because you didn't get the Batman. How about I take all of them from you?
Did she take all of them?
She took all of them. I was like, wait, at least leave me with Robin.
No. Did she leave Robin?
She did not leave Robin. She didn't leave Nathan.
For other words, folks, be thankful for what you get.
Thankful. See, but that's lessons. Like the reason for the season, Batman. Batman was the reason for the season.
Anyway, folks, and before we go, just want to say, I hope y'all had a wonderful Christmas, a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff. Happy holidays.
Happy Chanukah. Happy Hanukkah. Happy I don't know what the people. I don't know what the Aborigines do. But happy whatever holiday you celebrate.
So
it's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens.
We appreciate our friends Beard and Beard asking us to do this.
Thank you so much.
Had a great year with y'all this year for several things, different things. Follow us.
I met my guys this year. It was great. Finally met
them at the Mid-City Microcon that we hope to be a part again next year. Of course, just to let you know, follow us www.blerd-ish.com. That's www.blurs.com. Sales each week. Now on Twitch. I'm trying to get into affiliate. I'm playing currently do River City Girls, other different stuff. Overwatch.
I to play River City Girls 2 tonight. Oh boy.
So we're doing that. Of course, merch sales, comic books. Hopefully have some new books on the table very soon. And just want to say, as a vendor, as a podcast, of course, we celebrate our podcast every June. That's our official year. But calendar-wise, thank you all who listen. We're at the halfway part of our 7th year. We thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate all those who.
We're on a 7-year itch. We ain't going nowhere. We're going to be here for you guys, providing you that hot, that heat, that word, that speak. I'm just saying words that speak, that vibe, critique. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff.
So, Merry Christmas and good night.
Merry Christmas to all a good night. 95,000.
Open the door, Bonquisha. Open the door.
Boom, cut the check!
That was totally wicked!
Thanks for checking out another episode. We hope you enjoyed it. New episodes are released every other Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Check back then or subscribe so that your device downloads it automatically. Audio episodes are available pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts, so it's really easy to share them with all your nerdy friends. For YouTube viewers, subscribe and click the little bell so you're notified about all our new content. Links to talk nerdy to us can be found in the episode description as always. You can chat with the Bear, the Beard, or the rest of the Bearded Bear team, head researcher and graphic designer, Mama Bear, the social media sorcerer, Nerdsquatch, the master of marketing, Han Bralo, the master merch fabricator Tyler the Great, or any of our public liaisons, Mama Kim, Katie Cat, or JB. Huge thanks to them, the geeks of the round table, and all our awesome friends of the cast. Much love y'all. Lastly, for more cool music like this awesome outro track, go check out Harlequin Soul, Secret Apex on Facebook and Spotify. His links are in the description as well. Talk at you next episode, nerds. See you then.
So stay away from wrong. Welcome to the end. Are you a fan or just pretend?